If a relationship was categorized by titles, the man has to be CEO and the woman has to be co-CEO. I think that a man needs to be slightly more in charge.
I don't think anything would get done if the man was slightly more in charge. This is the end of the podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Something Something with Eric Newman. I'm Eric Newman. As always, we are live from the Comedy Cellar studio here. I have Zoran and John with me, as I do every week. And I'm very excited for this week because it's our first reunion episode. We have Ali Edwards back here with us.
Hello.
At our new location.
Pleased to be here.
We're happy to have you, and we'll give credit where credit is due. You were our first studio producer. We were at Zeem Studios in Times Square until we moved over here to the Comedy Cellar, and you're in the most viral clip so far for the podcast. And I know it wasn't the most pleasant experience.
Which part of it?
Comment-wise, as it wasn't for me either.
I think my favorite comment was like, someone's like, she's like a 7 at best, which I responded like, would you like to have sex with me?
And you had sex with them.
Oh yeah, multiple times.
You have to.
He's my boyfriend now.
If anybody leaves a comment and you have to have sex with them automatically, I feel.
Yeah.
Good or bad. You know?
Okay, wait, I'm not inviting people. If you leave me nice comments, I'll fuck you. If you leave me bad comments, I won't.
You're right. Because as we've focused on here psychologically in this podcast, you only reward good behavior.
I'm only rewarding good
If you
behavior.
reward bad behavior, then it's not.
Exactly.
Although the sex with the bad comment people would probably be better.
I wouldn't give them my best. You know what I mean?
Right.
I wouldn't.
You know what? I think hate fucking is more of a man's thing. I really do. I don't think women hate fuck quite as much as men do. Because you wouldn't feel good or comfortable going into a situation with someone you hate.
Well, it depends. Like, is there that like fun, like heated rivalry type of hate fucking? Like I've had like really fun hate sex with ex-boyfriends,
but
not someone I fucking hate already.
Right, exactly. You have to learn to hate them in order for it to qualify as hate sex.
100%. Yeah.
For it to qualify as hate sex, you have to eventually learn to hate them.
Yes.
You can't start out with hatred.
No.
Where I think we can.
Well, also, like, if I hate you, you're probably like a bad person. Because I don't hate a lot of people.
Right.
Right? You need to like prove to be a bad person, and then like, why would I want to fuck you?
Like all your exes. But that was over time.
I plead the fifth.
Okay, fine. Oh, wait, can I just read that comment that I got? I told you earlier that video is still circulating around the internet. To refresh people's memories, my stance was that men get rejected much more than women, and you argued back and we had a little dialogue about it. So this woman writes, "Now I get why he was rejected so many times. Let her speak, gosh."
A lot of people didn't like that you kept cutting me off, but I was like, we're Jewish. What do you expect?
That's what people don't understand.
It's cultural. And it's not, I'm talking man and woman. We cut each other off.
Yeah, I've never waited for my mother to finish a sentence, vice versa.
Vice versa.
Yeah.
But it's equal opportunist. It's feminist.
Wait until I said vice versa.
And I won't.
Until I finish. You're still doing it.
As are you.
Doing.
Exactly.
Okay.
Like, I don't think talking over each other is like because you're not respecting me as a woman.
No, not at all.
I think you talk over everyone.
Exactly.
We both do.
I don't respect you in so many other ways.
Right. It's because it's not because you hate women, it's because you're an asshole.
Because I'm a dick. Oh, I'm definitely a dick.
Yeah.
Without a
Okay, great. Me too. It's fine.
Okay, hate sex now or what? Anyway, so here's why we're here, Ali, to have you back on. I'm very excited about this. It was interesting because usually I'll lead with a topic, but with you, I was like, we have Ali. We're going to write the topic after. I know whatever the topic's going to be, you're going to have passionate
sex with it.
Hate sex with the topic. The topic we will discuss today will be settling down younger versus older.
Right.
Okay.
Which I have feelings about now.
You have feelings about, which you had told me that you settled down pretty young.
Yes.
What age?
I was divorced before 30, which I think now is quite chic. Like, I do think divorce is chic, but I don't recommend settling down before you're 30.
Okay. So you think 30 is the cutoff?
I think you have no idea what the fuck you're doing until you're in your 30s.
Okay.
I got married at 28. I got engaged at 26. I started dating him at 24.
Yeah.
He was like 8 years older than me. So like he was definitely a bit more ready to settle down. And I have always wanted to like get married and have kids. And you just go through all these phases. And then by the time that I was getting married, I think I was a really different person than I was when I started dating him. And now I'm on a very different timeline with myself and surprisingly giving myself more time at 30 than I am than I did at 20.
Well, the timeline is really, and I push back on this idea, and I think a lot of these like red pill bros are like by the time women hit 30, it's over, and it's like I fully disagree with that.
Okay, so when I turned 30, my boyfriend said I was so nervous about it. I was like, I'm like losing my like hotness or whatever. I'm like entering my decline, and he goes, "Allie, you're gonna be so much hotter at 40 than you are at 30."
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think like real men do kind of think that.
Yeah. I think about me, someone who was dated a lot younger. I don't think it's like a looks thing. I think it's just a less pressure
Totally.
thing. I don't think it's like because I'm like, oh my God, these girls at 22 are hotter than the girls at 32. It's just because I
We're
know
confident
that
now?
there's less requirements for, seriousness with somebody that age most of the time.
Sure.
In
In your 20s, you're like in your freshman year of college, essentially. Like you're floundering, you're hungry, you're desperate, you're trying everything you can. Like,
So you're saying I did freshman year twice. I got left back and did it again in my 30s.
probably, yeah, probably 3 times. No, I just think like in your 20s, you have no idea what you are. You're still trying. I wrote a whole movie about it. My movie, August at 22, is literally about a girl who wants everything and has no idea how to get it.
Yeah.
And I think that to me was my 20s.
Yeah.
And now in my 30s, I'm like, okay, I know what my career is. I know who my real friends are. I just know who I am. Like I've been through shit and I like myself now.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting, right?
How do you settle down before you like yourself?
Well, I mean, in that case, I'd never settle down. But I like, okay, so for example, like at my shows all the time, like last week I was in Vegas and front row, there was this couple that was like 21 and engaged.
Where were they from?
Somewhere in the middle of the country or whatever,
Sure.
which is obviously much more common than it is
Yeah.
in like a place like New York or whatever. But my first instinct was, and I was like, idiots. And I literally said it,
Don't
right?
do it.
And the crowd laughs, whatever. But I'm sure there's a part of me that wants to comfort myself by shitting on them and kind of just making myself feel like I did the right thing by being 38 and still not married, right? As you know, I went through a massive heartbreak 2.5 years ago, which was truly, I feel, the best thing to have ever happened to me. Highly recommend it. Because it changed everything.
Yeah. Of course.
Right? And we've all been like hurt and have gone through breakups and
No.
whatever. But
Like
then you got
everything
that
in your life
one.
changing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you got that one, and hopefully it doesn't happen again. But you have that one that just kind of reshapes you. Like just in every conceivable way, you are a different person than before you went into it. I became way better at saying the things I mean,
Totally.
at asking for the things I want, and for setting boundaries on the things I don't want. Right? And that I give a lot of credit towards the breakup for. My issue with a guy settling down at that age is you could end up having a huge heartbreak at 45 or 50, and that heartbreak could be your divorce where your 2 kids are no longer living with you anymore, which is whatever. But even worse than all of that, the lead up to the potential divorce that could happen, because what are the chances that 2 people meet in high school or college and stay together the rest of their lives? Very slim now, even if you grow up in an environment where that's very prevalent. My issue is that without that experience of having dated somebody who was very meaningful to you before and then it maybe ended or you lost them, it feels hard to imagine a scenario where you will be growing with a person in a healthy way where you're still able to really master the art of individualism.
Sure.
Right?
You can grow individually if you're in a partnership. Like shit happens that will affect you as an individual so much more than it does affect your partnership. Like, for example, like a parent passing away, struggling with like career loss or career gains. Like that is something that is on your individual track. Like,
are there career gains? I've been in comedy for 17 years. Are there do those exist?
Well, you're doing a podcast at the Comedy Cellar right now.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm doing great.
So I would say yes.
Thank you, Ellie.
Of course. But I hear you. I also think that like folks that get married at 21 that have been dating their high school partners.
Yeah.
How important is personal growth and change to those people? What are their priorities? And maybe a lot of people are like a very similar person and want to be a very similar person to who they were in high school, just like a better version of it.
Right. Or some people don't even want to be a better version. The other thing I wanted to point out with as a man, if you're a 21, 22-year-old guy who's has, very limited dating experience and like just marries some girl you've been with for 5 years or whatever it is, you almost as a man, no matter how smart you are, you cannot intellectualize
Yeah.
your way out of wanting to fuck at all costs.
Yes, sure.
Right? And women have always been better at this, always been better. You have a more natural grasp at, does it make sense, rationally to some degree in my life, where men.
Right. So you're saying get it out of your system in your 20s.
Oh, so I'm gonna get to the get it out of your system portion of this because I wrote a whole literal there's a category called get it out of your system, which I think is complete bullshit. I don't think it exists.
It's never out of your system.
It's never out of your system.
Yeah, that's fair. But I can look now at my 20s and feel like I had a very similar problem to you, which was like relationship hopped, number one, because I was like so addicted to like the love and desire around me.
Which is addicting. Yeah.
Super addicting. And I also like cheated. Like I had a lot of moments in my life where I was just like more in that phase of my life, like having sex and having fun was more important to me than being in a romantic relationship.
Yeah.
Like that's what I was saying in those moments. And I'm very like reformed now, and I truly can't see myself.
You don't have sex or fun anymore.
Only with one person.
Okay.
But I just like, I definitely relate to being in your 20s. And I think, yes, as a guy, that's definitely accurate. But like as a girl, I definitely was going through that. But even now, like my boyfriend will be like, you're a boy. Like you are just like a boy.
Because of the operation.
Because of my penis.
Yeah.
No, I don't have a penis.
But
unfortunately.
But if you did, we could really be something. You were going around, you were having fun with guys you liked. Maybe you loved some of them, maybe you didn't, whatever. Maybe you wanted to commit, maybe you didn't. It's just different. Like
I'm sure it is. I don't know them.
And by the way, I want to also push back on this notion that men can have
meaningless sex.
Meaningless sex.
Yeah.
I wasn't having sex for like I didn't have sex in high school. I first had sex in college.
Mm-hmm.
Those relationships in high school were as impactful on my life, if not more impactful, than most of the sexual relationships I had a little later on. And I know like things mean a lot to you when you're
young.
growing up or whatever, but there was no sex involved at that point. But the emotional connectivity to a woman that I desired. Now, obviously that was embedded in sexual impulse and desire, but it was never acted upon. I think until you have a lot more experience as a man, it becomes much harder to be able to separate your sexual desires from your feelings otherwise. As a guy of that age, you're just like, oh my God, this woman is taking over my world. Like you can't think logically because the sexual desire is too strong. Whereas like, I know that the sexual desire is strong for women as well.
No, but that's interesting.
But I think you have a better grasp on yourselves, whether you want it or not.
Sure. I don't know about that, but I can definitely vouch for like men. This is why men fuck women that they don't like. But relationships in college, for example, like I would be so into a guy and he would sleep with me but not date me. And I would be so crazy in my head about it. I'm like, why is he sleeping with me if he doesn't like me? And he knows that I like him because he just wants to fuck.
Right.
And like he can't control that urge. Like
he can't control that urge.
Say no.
He cannot text you at 2 a.m., but he can't control the desperate desire to text you at 1 a.m.
And I just think I like didn't really understand that.
A lot of the times we don't understand it either. Friends will like make fun of us and be like, oh, your new girlfriend. You're like, she is not my girlfriend. But you're hanging out with her for the next 3 weeks, fucking her every night. Like, it's like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. But it does because she's throwing herself at you. And
she's throwing herself.
She has a vagina and tits. And like that is your physical, like that's what you're programmed to do at that moment with all of those hormones and everything that's going on.
Right.
Like, it is a physical drive.
It's a physical drive. And so I think women are better at like coupling everything together. You have more hits than misses. Like I think guys have more misses than hits as far as sex goes. More of the guys you sleep with are at least in the realm of people you would date, whereas more of the women that they sleep with probably are less like, yeah, exactly.
Sure. I think it's still, definitely like up to the individual. Like I'm sure there are many women that like don't care and just want to get laid. And I'm always like, you go, girl. Like, I'm so amazed. What do you mean no? What do you mean no? I think that's fucking like women who like.
I'm not saying it's out there. I mean, there's women on OnlyFans and women who do porn who sleep. I mean, you know, that woman slept at 1,200. You're talking about just the average.
I'm not talking about like porn. I'm talking about like people like us, like our friends. Like I have female friends that are like, I don't want to settle down. I just want to like have fun, meet hot guys, and like not like just fuck with.
And you don't think that that's possibly coming from a place of protectiveness, and if you think that's truly what she wants?
I think at certain points in my friends' lives and my lives, that is what you're looking for, and you can do it. But I agree with you generally.
Yeah.
I agree with you generally that women are more selective, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Right. And it's also funny because I feel like when I pose that theory, right, which is my strongly stated and a wholehearted opinion, it almost feels like I'm being like anti-feminist about it, which you can look at it that way. But what I'm really doing is complimenting you guys on your ability to pair your emotions with your physical behavior better than we can.
Or just control our urges, or just like think through things one step further.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah.
Where we're more logical.
Right. I don't think men
smarter and cooler and better. And
we're gonna cut all that. But coming back to the point of men having a lot of emotional sex also, the emotion, it's emotional. The emotion may not be love or care particularly for the person they are having sex with, but it's definitely coming from an emotional place. Because if you're a guy out there who's just fucking a different girl every night, which is what, by the way, my friends tell me I should be doing. I get DMs all the time after shows, right? Like I have options to sleep with women pretty often. Now, I don't, even when I was single, like fully single.
Girls.
Okay,
Take a beat before DMing this man. First off, he has a girlfriend.
I do.
Second off,
it's me.
It's Eric.
Even when I don't have a girlfriend, it's me.
It's Eric.
But my point is like, because they don't have the optionality, they almost have resentment towards me because I'm not taking full advantage of something that they wish they got, right?
Sure.
But if you're a guy out there, if I was sleeping with a different woman every night, I'm still having an emotional sex, but the emotional experience is coming from a place of like deep insecurity and emptiness and loneliness that I think that a certain amount of women will eventually help with and fulfill me in.
I think there are a lot of reasons why people have sex. I think there are a lot of reasons why people have a lot of sex. I will say some of my most introspective and exciting and fulfilling experiences have been from like one night stands.
Yeah, but they're introspective experiences for you, not because that person taught you.
I think it is because of that person. But I'm also like, I'm like a weird, very like emotional girl. So like I would meet.
You're weird emotional. Why are you weird emotional girl?
Well, I'm
women are emotional.
We're definitely emotional, but I'm like I'm hyper romantic, number one. So like I'll have a one night stand with someone, but it's very like the Before trilogy where we're like meet on a train and fall in love for a night and then be like, I wish you well in the world. Like you're an angel and I release you. Like that was my experience.
How many times have you had that type of romantic one night stand story?
Like 5 or 6.
5 or 6. Did you think that any of them were going to turn into relationships?
No.
Genuinely, not at all?
Genuinely.
Okay, cool.
It was like, we are going to like take advantage of this night, say yes to things, allow ourselves to like explore this connection in fullness for one night. I'm in Germany right now. And like, I know I'm not gonna date this jazz musician from Brussels. Like I'm gonna go have this special moment with you, live it to its fullest potential. And then off I go.
So anal. No.
What?
Fullest potential. Anyway, so sorry, we'll cut that. We're probably not gonna. No, we're not cutting it. Can't put it on YouTube because it's gonna fucking flag me.
Maybe I'm talking about like being anal.
Oh yeah, you're right. No, right.
Except it's my asshole.
Allie, great to have you back on. Okay, so I wanted to talk more about getting it out of your system. So there's no getting it out of your system. I know that for sure. Okay, there's no like finite number of people you sleep with or experiences where you go like, I'm good. Sure, like there's excessiveness to everything, but like I know that I will always have
urges.
And I know that people have different levels of urges, and you can't quite know because we're only ourselves. But like, I think the more sensitive a person you are, the more, not necessarily the more urges you have, but the more you're aware of the urges. Staying faithful and like, you know, doing the right thing are all just a state of mind. It's all coming from a place of mental toughness.
1000%.
Right? You feel things
Yes.
and you say,
What's
okay,
more important
what's
to me?
more important?
Yes.
I'm not going to do this,
Yes.
whatever, right? Even if it's tempting and,
Yeah.
and whatever.
1000%.
Like going back to our original, you know, jumping off point here about that couple that got engaged very young.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you how many times, you know, I told you I get DMs a lot. Some of the DMs come from
Girls in relationships.
girls in relationships. Maybe they're 23 and visiting from some town in Alabama where they ended up landing like the most desirable guy in the
Right.
town who's like the football captain and whatever.
Right, but he's not a scruffy Jew.
He's not a scruffy Jew. Very important, right? Distinction. And then, but they come to New York for the first time.
Right.
And all of a sudden they're just like, whoa, there's a bigger world out there. And that's, and again, there's no getting it out of your system, but there is perspective, right? Some level of perspective. And so I think when you have a tiny perspective, I think something like that, like your first trip to New York, and I'm playfully flirting with a girl when I'm on stage in the front row,
Yeah.
has probably a greater effect on you than like, you know, the average person who's
Right,
been in New
because
York
she
their whole
hasn't had
lives or
experiences. And this
whatever.
is enticing and exciting. And
Right.
yeah.
We're in the very early stages of women all over the internet freely speaking about what they like, what they want, what men have made society believe versus what's real and whatever. We're at the infancy period of that, right? I mean, like it's a relatively new thing.
Women talking about what they want sexually or
Yeah,
from relationships,
sexually, right?
Socially.
Relationship. Well, I mean, like there's been romantic comedies for 50 years, right? I mean,
Right.
and to some degree, even like, you know, before that,
Right.
whatever, but, or the concepts aren't new, but we're certainly in a place for the first time very recently where it's like,
Women
Right.
are doing it, whether or not we're on the same field as men. Like men aren't getting the same comments that women are getting. Like if I talk about my sexuality, there's going to be a very different reaction than if you do.
right.
Yeah.
Do you think, generally speaking, that women want to settle down later than they did 30 years ago?
Yeah, that's fact. I mean, this is literally what's happening
No.
across the world.
Not if they do. Do they want to?
Yes, because we have
Why?
as a society become more career focused
Yeah.
and we are moving away from this patriarchal idea, you know, nuclear family,
Yeah.
which is fueled by the idea that women and men get married in their 20s. A woman pops out 2 kids, 3 kids before the time she's 30. That is based on an ideal and an economy in which a man can provide a 2-income household while the woman stays home with the children,
Yeah.
right? Like that reality does not exist anymore in America.
Right.
Across the board, we're seeing women having to work. And therefore, they're staying in school longer, they're getting higher degrees, they're staying in college longer. Like they want to learn. Like we're finally awarded the ability to be high earners. And I think we like it. My brother's wife just had a baby and she's a VP at a marketing company. And as much as she loves her baby, she's like, 4 months maternity leave's too much. I'm ready to get back there after 2.
She would have been an SVP if she didn't have the baby. Anyway, what?
Is she an SVP? Maybe. I don't know. She's very successful.
Well, congratulations to her.
Thank you.
I had to make a smart-ass remark before I actually.
I'm just ignoring it. But whatever. It's
So we're talking about this young couple, right? And you know, I have kind of maybe an old school mentality on this. I don't know. I still think the guy needs to lead the relationship as far as being the man, right? And I know we've argued many times over that. But the reason why I think it's dangerous to settle down as a guy is because I don't think that you have the mental toughness that has been developed over the years in order to give the woman what she needs from you
agree.
for the relationship to thrive and be
Agree.
successful.
1000%
Right?
agree.
Where I'm not saying that, you know, women aren't expected to bring, a lot to the
So
table.
much,
What
so
we
much.
need
Yeah.
a lot from you also. Ultimately, I think the whole thing fucking collapses without a guy to properly lead the foundation of a relationship. And it takes a long time for a guy to work on himself, generally speaking, to get to that place where he can be successful in that arena. So I don't know. What do you think about that?
It's interesting. I don't really see any of the people that I know, and granted, like I have a community of, like highly educated New Yorkers,
Yeah.
most of which are Jewish,
Jews,
most
yep.
of which are high income or like, like I'm from a very like small little weird community. But I don't
Which community is that?
privileged white Jewish
But from where?
Long Island.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, there's privileged white Jewish from so many
Sure.
different
Chicago.
New York area. Yeah. Tri-state, Chicago. yeah.
Right. I'm interested in your perspective because I just don't know any of the relationships where I would say that the man is the leader of their relationship.
This might be a me thing.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think it's a me thing. I'm trying to figure out how I could soften this because I feel like I'm going to come off as a dick.
What else is new?
Just go for it, right, Zoran?
Just say it.
When I truly and wholeheartedly believe that there's something that will make our relationship stronger and better in the long run, or even in the short run, I need you to believe me. Now, I'm not saying you can't have your own opinions, push back on them or whatever, but like there's certain things that just I'm better equipped for, maybe safety and security or whatever it is. And like, that doesn't mean we can't have a shared household income, or even you could make more money than me at times or whatever. But like,
can you give me an example? Because what I'm hearing is you want someone that in certain circumstances,
Yeah.
in ones that you feel you're better equipped to lead,
yeah.
you want your partner to defer to you as
Yeah.
a sign of like trust and respect.
I don't know if I can give you a specific example, and I'm not the type of guy who's like, what I say goes. Like, it's not that type of thing. But there needs to be a dynamic of like, just trust me. Like, that's how I feel appreciation.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is to serve you and to help you. Like, for example, if like I ask you on a date, especially early on, I've talked about this a lot, how like
Yeah.
guys will be like, let me, ask a girl out and
Where
then
she
be
wants to
"Where she wants
go."
shit
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. So that psychology needs to be applied in a lot of other areas in the relationship of just like, I got it. This is almost like kind of created subconsciously in like the roots of a potential love, where like I still think that men need to be men. I don't know exactly what that means, but I think people know what I mean.
I do know what you mean. I will say that for me as a woman in any relationship, that bottom line of if I'm telling you, you have to trust me on this. I feel it with my whole core, my whole being. This is how it should be. Please trust me on this.
Yeah.
My bottom line is you have to trust me on it. So like I also feel that way. I don't know if that's a man thing though.
Sure.
It's a mutual respect thing. I had this conversation with Patrick, my boyfriend, like literally last night. Like he's a development executive. He's unbelievable. And, he has this amazing project and he's reaching out to a few different people and folks. And I will be like, you have to reach out to this person. You have to like do this for it and do this for it. First off, he's 10 years more advanced than me in his career. Like he's
Right.
a god at this, but he listens and he does it. And then he's been asking me to send this tape of the sizzle that I've been working on to some big CMO. And he's like, just do it. And I keep ignoring him. And he sat me down yesterday and he's like, Allie, like when you say, trust me, do this, I always do it. You have to show me the same respect. It makes me feel, disregarded. And I need to feel like you trust and respect me in this way. Like, even if you don't want to do it, just tell me then that you don't want to do it. But like, we need to have the mutual respect there.
Yeah.
So I hear you.
I think that a man needs to be slightly more in charge.
I don't think anything would get done if the man was slightly more in charge.
I don't think that women react positively emotionally to a man who's not in charge. I was trying not to dig as
It's okay.
deeply and directly as I just did, but I think I just have to get to the bottom of it.
Right.
If a relationship was categorized by titles, in order for it to be a successful company, the man has to be CEO and the woman has to be co-CEO. That doesn't mean that the woman can't make more money, have more decision making, because if we're eliminating that aspect of it, then we are eliminating the desire that you guys have to feel protected and safe. There's no way to separate fully that from the protectiveness and the safety that you guys feel to become attracted to us to begin with.
I see where you're coming from. That's
Yeah.
like a common argument. Just in my relationship, as an example,
Yeah.
if someone came into the house, he could kill them. He could protect our family. He
Yeah.
opens the door for me. He, will jump in front of a moving vehicle. Like, he will protect me. That being said, I provide him an emotional love, protection, safety that is so fucking paramount and instrumental to his well-being. I think what I give to him is as important, if not more important, than what he gives me.
Or who is the CEO of the relationship?
I don't know.
Because there's no like
Maybe I'm the CEO and he's the COO. Maybe he can do the dirty work and I conceptualize what the relationship is. Do you think a man has
That's my problem with today.
what?
What you just said is my big problem with relationships today.
He can do the dirty work?
This was it.
What do you mean?
I'm
Take
glad
out the
it came
trash.
out. I'm glad it came out. I'm not talking about that though. Sure. And we're all kind of in a relationship doing bitch work with one another sometimes.
I don't want him to do my bitch work. I do his children's laundry and make his bed and cook for him and
Right. Your emotional support and guidance and love is paramount in his life, as it is in any man's life who's in a relationship with a woman. But at the end of the day, survival does come down to physicality. At the end of the day.
but we're not
I know we're not in Game
the
of Thrones times or
wilderness
whatever.
anymore.
I get it.
I hear you.
I get it, but that stuff never fully goes
It's
away.
also
It
how
doesn't
men
detach.
think. This is why men like the movie Dune, okay? It's like
I've never actually seen it.
that's fine for the best. Like
Yeah.
men are so programmed to think about survival like that's the top. Like life and
Isn't
death.
it? Would you ever settle down with a partner who wouldn't be able to protect you if you needed him, or who pushed you out?
I had multiple times.
Okay. No, you didn't.
right,
settle
we're
down
not
with
together.
them. You're not there.
No, okay, look, I hear you. I just think it's interesting. I'm agreeing with you. Men are focused on survival, and I'm focused on emotional exploration and growing and human connection.
Why don't we reverse it? How about he's there for you emotionally, but you're the one when a burglar comes into the apartment in the middle of the night, you have to be the one to kill the burglar. But he's gonna be there for you emotionally. He's gonna be like, Allie, you get that burglar, Allie. Come on, Allie.
Well,
and then
that's
he's
not
gonna
for
hold
me.
you. No, and then he's gonna hold you while you're crying because it was a scary experience, but he was there for you and you protected the family.
I'm sure that there are some relationships
You want to be
that are
CEO?
like that.
You want to be CEO? You just got promoted to CEO. But you have to protect the family now physically, Allie.
Physically.
He's gonna emotionally remember. Emotional support
Is
is
as
paramount,
important.
and women
How
love
okay,
emotional
wait.
support.
How often though is someone breaking into your home? Maybe it'll happen. Maybe you'll have to use your brute strength.
Another point. Some metaphor.
Every single day, building a family, nurturing children, making sure a man feels loved and supported and powerful so he can go off and make his money.
You brought it up. You said to me that all the relationships you know in that small bubble of Jewish Long Island that you grew up in, the women are always in charge.
But
So I'm asking
have
what
you
in
had
charge
any
means.
relationship where the woman didn't kind of provide the maybe you said this is going to be the blueprint of the house,
Yeah.
but the woman decorates it, right? The woman makes it what
Sure.
it is.
What if we did it this way? The man is the head and the woman is the neck.
Right. That's right.
Would that be a good
Who said that?
Zoran? I think.
No.
Did you read that somewhere?
Say it, but
No, it's a really
an
common
it's an
quote.
old
Yeah,
adage.
yeah,
It's an old adage. It's like a man is the head and woman is the neck, and she can turn.
Yes,
the head
yes,
any way
yes,
she
yes,
wants.
yes.
And it's this kind of like.
But I agree with that.
So
Yeah, but I don't
think
really
I
like
agree.
that because she could turn the head any way she wants, is implying
your
that
head.
he's got no autonomy to move his own head when he wants to.
I think my favorite couples and the ones I love the most are truly the ones in which there's sure, the man leads on some things, but they're really equal.
Yeah. By the way, I want the relationship to be equal.
The best ones, I'm like, oh my God, that's what I want. People
And
want.
what are the worst relationships you've seen?
I would say it's terrible when I see a man who has no respect for his woman, and it's terrible when I see a woman who has no respect for his man. Terrible. Both of those scenarios, horrid.
And in which
And of course, we're only talking about hetero cis relationships.
Yeah. When you see the women who have no respect for the men,
Mm-hmm.
what causes that?
Well, the stereotype for that is like naggy, aggressive woman and bitch boyfriend that does whatever she wants him to do.
And what's the other scenario?
The other scenario, I mean, unfortunately,
Yeah.
because like men are dangerous towards women or can be
Oh,
dangerous towards women.
Domestic abuse.
Is that like domestic abuse and like women being degraded or treated like they're a fly on the wall that needs to like serve beer and worship
Yeah.
the ground they walk on.
Right. And,
Both
and-
really bad.
Right. So that's a guy who doesn't respect a woman, right? Or and who truly just sees women as subservient to men. And that's not at all what I'm implying.
I know.
In, to any. I'm just trying to
You're saying
figure out what
you want this.
I
right?
think so. Women like powerful men, right? To a large degree,
Sure.
right? I think that's an
People like
attractive quality-
powerful
well,
people.
Okay, but 100%.
Yeah.
People like powerful people.
Confident? Can we say confident
Yes,
instead of
but-
powerful?
Yeah, no, because I do think that a guy's status seems to have a bigger impact.
It does.
on how you perceive
Whether
their
or not
mating
we'll,
value
yes.
than a guy.
Vice
who-
versa.
Yeah, whatever. Because I know I had a scenario to sleep with this celebrity who's like older now and
Chelsea Handler?
Rosie O'Donnell. And
I don't think so.
So Rosie O'Donnell was sliding into my DMs like,
Oh my
she just,
God.
like, wouldn't stop. I was like,
Right.
please,
Rosie,
I'm not gonna have to
please.
block you. We have a lot of mutual friends, whatever. Like, anyway.
And then she got so hurt she moved to Ireland. That's the real reason she has
I
left
turned her
this
into
country.
a lesbian.
Is that
Yeah, she couldn't handle the rejection.
that's happened to you quite a bit though, right?
Yeah. Wow. That hurts a lot though. Wow, it didn't actually hurt. That's the great thing is that I took that joke. I thought it was funny, and I didn't feel any pain. That's a good place to be in emotionally.
Yeah, of course it
I've
is.
grown. I was into another girl at the time who was like 23 or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and one night I had a chance to go either way, and I chose the 23-year-old. Whatever. The idea that woman who was like honestly one of the most beautiful women on planet Earth at one point,
Rosie.
was now like in her 60s or whatever. Like, so men and women are like, we're shallow in different ways. We're shallow when it comes to physical appearance, and you guys are shallow when it comes to status. So my point is circling back to this idea that women like powerful men. How are you going to respect us if we don't exemplify some of that power in our own relationship with you?
Look, I agree. I want to be able to defer to my husband
Sure.
on certain things.
Yeah.
You want it to be like this,
that,
right?
Yeah. You could put a little more distance between your. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. So let's say you want it to be like this. Like
Yeah.
I want this, but I want to have the option to do this.
Wait. Okay. Is this you?
This is me.
That's you.
I want this, but
You want the same?
I want the same.
But the
I
option
want
for
the
what?
option to be able, like you're saying, I want the option to be able to defer
Yeah.
to my husband on certain things. And I also want the option for me to lead.
So what do you want?
A flexible equality.
Wow, a woman who doesn't know what she wants.
I
How
just said a
crazy.
flexible equality. Are you even listening to me? This is the problem with men.
Flexible- What did you just say? A flexible. What was that bullshit? A flexible what?
Equality.
That's
A
what you said. That's going
flexible.
Is that hard?
Flexible equality.
The fact that you're so unable to grasp that
What
is
kind of
exactly what's wrong with
bullshit is
society.
Flexible equality.
The ideal. We're equal.
Yeah.
And
sometimes I'm more powerful, and sometimes you're more powerful.
is that
Sometimes 4 equals 3, sometimes 3 equals 2.
what? I think I heard this from a friend recently. She said
Was it a woman?
it was a woman, but fuck all of you. And this is why none of you get laid, by the way.
You're right. I don't get laid.
Okay. So as long as you're making 100% on any given day,
yeah. Oh, I agree.
someone
with that.
can give 80 and someone can give 20.
No, for sure. Oh, as far as like the effort put in, like sometimes you need. But Allie, I'm not talking about like day to day. Like you need to be supportive of one another and love one another and respect one another. I'm just saying though that I feel like a lot of feminism pushes this idea of women should be in charge. And I don't know, like in a relationship, women should have the upper hand, or women should be, the decision makers at the end of the day in a relationship.
Do you know
whatever.
what the definition to feminism is?
What's the definition of feminism? I know it's
The
changed a
fu-
lot. It's
No, it
liberalism.
hasn't.
It's like
no, it hasn't.
Okay, what's the-
Feminism is the fundamental belief that men and women are equal.
Okay, hold on a second. Is that Webster's?
I don't. It's Edwards.
The advocacy of women's rights on the basis of the equality of the sexes, which I fully believe.
No, you don't, because you want to be more powerful than the woman in your relationship. This is the end of the
certain-
podcast.
There's certain things. I don't want to look at it as far as like power, because I think people should have free will and should enjoy each other's company and be supportive of one another. I think that sometimes feminism strips away the parts of men in relationships that need to be more dominant in whatever areas will sustain the relationship better. Should I say that one more time, because that was really complicated?
Was it complicated or was it fucking stupid? Not the word I would use.
If you're in a relationship with a guy and you feel like you can have your way with him, do you respect him less?
Yes.
Okay. And what does having your way entail?
Can I manipulate this person to get whatever I want?
Isn't that what
Having your
on
way is
subconscious level we're all trying to do and to some degree?
not to be lame, but I've really enjoyed getting to be in a relationship with someone who tells me when they disagree, and I'm loving the feedback. I'm loving learning that no, where are you going with this?
I just don't believe that, based on all the experience I've had with women in the past, that when he disagrees with you, you're automatically just loving the feedback.
No, sometimes it hurts to hear.
Okay.
100%.
great,
And I'm like,
great.
oh, fuck. Like, it hurts to hear because it bruises my ego. It hurts to hear because
Yeah.
I think I'm right. But I trust this person so deeply. And this goes both ways. I trust this person so deeply that his feedback will at the very least be considered.
Okay.
That's why everyone should date me.
Everyone?
No. I apologize.
Well-
Just Zoran.
Zoran.
No, I'm
Zoran.
talking about Mom Donnie.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Oh my God. I didn't realize you guys had the same name.
We don't. He has an H in it. Yeah.
Wow.
That's funny. Anyway,
Some days you give 80, I give 20. Some days you give 40, I give 60, whatever it is.
in our
In our relationship,
Relationship.
talking specifically about you and I. but I will say this, okay? Here's why I think ultimately the guy has to have a little bit of an edge. Here's why I ultimately think. I don't think you feel comfortable or fully trust and respect us unless you look up to us slightly. Therefore, I don't think that a relationship will work out and sustain itself in a healthy, loving way for a long period of time without that factor.
Do you not need that in your partner too? Aren't there certain things about your girlfriend where you're like, she's so much better at this than I am?
Of course, Allie. Do you know what the divorce rate is on lesbian couples? Do you have any idea?
It's probably higher than 50%. No, I'm just kidding.
It's higher than any other category.
Well,
Monogamous
they're just jumping into
relationships,
things. That's a joke.
I'm just saying.
I'm
though,
bisexual. I can say that.
okay. And when you're choosing a man,
What about it?
you're choosing a man to settle down with
Okay.
when you're bi. Why?
Oh my God.
Why?
I just fell in love with a dude.
Allie, were you gonna ever marry a woman?
Yeah.
You would have married a woman?
I absolutely 100% would have married a woman. I had a 2-year long relationship with a woman.
Okay. And you don't have any preference to settling down with men? No preference?
No, because
Well, then why is almost every woman I've ever met who's bi, why do they prefer
I'm not going to
men?
get into this
No.
argument with you.
Have you heard that?
No. Women's sexuality has been so stifled that women don't even get to explore their sexuality until they're already dating men or in relationships with men or married. So like it just happens further down the road, right? Especially with queerness in general.
Sure.
Because queer boys and girls in middle school and high school are not going to be able to be out and exploring the
I
same
think
way.
now
So
they- I think
women,
now they are
not
in
the
most-
same way.
I think
Not
in
even
pla-
most. Not
Stop talking
anywhere
over me.
most.
Stop talking over me.
Okay,
Okay. What?
that's fine.
Allie, you don't think that kids growing up now are exploring sex sexually?
Yes, it's better than when we were in high school, 100%. But kids in Arkansas and Oklahoma and even Long Island are still getting pushed into lockers if people think they're gay.
Sure. Would you push back on the very idea that the highest divorce rate is between two women?
Would I push back on it? No.
Okay. I can show you statistics, but why, just from like hearing it generally, why wouldn't you push back on it? Why would you think it would be the highest divorce rate would be two women?
Honestly, because
Yeah.
culturally, there's this joke. Have you heard about U-Hauls? Like U-Haul, like lesbian U-Hauling? I think, really? You haven't heard it?
I haven't heard the phrase.
Women, there's like a joke like, what do women bring on their first date? A U-Haul. Like women jump.
Oh, because they just jump into like
jump
serious
into it,
relationships.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
They're
women.
like, oh my God, nobody's ever understood me like this before because
Yeah.
I've been dealing with men the whole time or whatever.
Well, not dealing necessarily
Or
with men, but yes, like,
dating men or
yes,
whatever.
and
yeah.
I think women are like we're more in tune with our emotions. We can
For
jump
sure.
into things. We're safe with another woman. There's no threat, right? Not in the same way. I'm saying there's no threat in big quotations, but like, yeah. So that makes sense to me. Women jump in, they get married, and still have other things they need to figure out.
Do you know what I like? The concept of women, right? Because like men, like when we really desire when we're in a relationship with a woman, we're like very sexually attracted to her. We want to have sex with her all the time. Okay, all the time. Now, this is going to be another episode that we're going to talk about, but women will make a case that on average they need sex as much as men. I think that's complete horseshit. I think that men need sex more, the physical act of sex more. But I think that women probably need the desire for the guy they're attracted to want to have sex with them more than the physical act of sex itself. So if you've only dated men your whole life, and we've all been through this, right? I mean, like, even with your girlfriend, if I'm with my girlfriend for 2 months, 3 months, a year, 2 years, doesn't matter. Like, okay, I'm going to try to make a move on her. Okay, she's on the mood, whatever it is. And then unfortunately, I have this fucking thing inside of me that will not let me go on with my day until we have sex. For whatever reason, I've gotten better at pushing back on it and being like more reasonable and again, the mental toughness. But guys, like, especially for the woman we're really attracted to, like we really have this intense desire to want to have sex. What's interesting about a woman being in a relationship with a woman is you don't have that. I'm not saying you don't want to sleep with each other, and I'm not a lesbian, so I don't know exactly what it's like, but I can imagine there's probably not as much pressure.
I think you're wrong, and I really urge you to look into, like, talk to more lesbians and like explore this community more, because lesbians are some of the horniest people I've ever met, ever. I mean, there's shows about it. Like, watch one episode of The L Word, just one. I think lesbians are like single-handedly keeping the sex toy industry alive. Lesbians are freaks in the best way.
Yeah,
like,
sure. Yeah.
I didn't have less sex when I was with women. I didn't have less sex.
You didn't have less sex in a 2-year relationship?
Actually, like a lot of like 2-year relationships, I'd say I didn't have less sex with a woman than I had with a man.
Really?
Genuinely. But
Again, I don't know that much about lesbian relationships, but
they're fucking. They're fucking.
could you consider yourself just, you're bi, right? So
I
you like
actually
men and
like
women
really
both?
I really consider myself pansexual. Like, I really just like the person. I'm going to like piss off a bunch of incel boys right now, but like bisexual I think is like an irrelevant. I just use it as a shorthand. It's an irrelevant term now because like gender is a spectrum, and like I'm not into like just like cis boys and cis girls.
Yeah.
And I think the term bisexual like is outdated, and like so I'm pansexual.
So if you fell in love with someone who is non-binary or trans or whatever, it wouldn't be a thing for you? Like,
My ex, when I started dating them, was identified as a female, and over the course of our relationship, they identified as non-binary, and now they are a trans man.
wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I like really like people. I want like a smart, awesome, kind, funny, sexy person. I want a best friend that I want to make out with all the time. If you're an amazing person, I don't care what like junk you have, we'll make it work.
Yeah.
If I'm attracted to you.
Why do I care?
Cuz you're sick.
You're
don't know.
sick.
You're sick.
I got diagnosed with being straight.
Yeah, honestly, straightness is a disease. The world would be so much better if everyone was queer.
You know why I disagree? Because discipline is all we have as human beings. And so to expand ourselves to fuck anything at any time, all the time, whatever it is, doesn't matter. Sexuality doesn't mean anything. To me, it's just the same as letting yourself run loose in every
I'm
other
not
area
talking
in
about
life.
fucking who I'm in a committed monogamous relationship, and
Right.
I'm queer.
Right?
So you can be queer and still be in
Yeah.
a relationship with
But you made a comment that there shouldn't be any.
No, I was just joking. I do think though that like straight guys could think a little more outside of the box.
Yeah,
like
I'm sure.
I think that like maybe if you put something up your butt, you would like it.
Should we do it now?
Get in there.
Put Zoran up my butt?
Yeah.
Okay. You think if Zoran was up my butt, I would feel.
Only a
Wait, which Zoran, by the way?
Mom Donnie.
I mean, he is fucking all the Jews. So,
He's so- Oh, please.
it was
We
a
won't
good
get in there.
joke.
That was
Yeah.
a good joke.
Anyway, listen, Allie, I love you. I hope you don't think of me as. Listen, I get insecure about it sometimes
Because I'm
because
so much smarter than you.
you're a lot smarter than
No,
me.
I'm just
right?
kidding.
But because
I'm just
women
prettier
are
than you.
Women are. You are hotter.
I'm just kidding.
Anyway, I love having you on, and I love that we can get into these debates. And I don't want to be a closed-minded, typical man who like thinks he's right, because I know
I don't want that for you either.
because I know I'm right. But yeah, anyway, we're gonna hopefully chop this up into a bunch of clips and get a lot of hate, mostly me probably.
The incel community is,
They love me.
they love you. They do not like women like me.
That's the other problem. It's like I don't want to.
Don't play to them.
No, I'm not. I
Don't
don't want to relate
say
to
you
those
love
fucking
women.
people.
Say you respect women.
I love women. You have
Say
to
I respect women.
I love women and I respect women.
Give a message to the incel community.
If you ever, in the unlikely event, find yourself in a situation with a woman romantically, incel person, please respect her and show nothing but kindness. But
No buts. That's it. And also say, because they won't listen to me, only say nice things to Allie.
Allie for sure.
Punish them for last
Allie,
time.
I love you. Oh no. And seriously, anybody who said anything nasty to Allie, come back on this new episode and leave positive comments because in all likelihood she will have sex with you.
Exactly.
That will conclude our episode of Something with Eric Newman.
I'm Eric Newman.
Our second episode and first reunion episode with Allie Edwards. And we're so happy to have her back. And please tune in. And we will have another episode for you next week here at the Comedy Cellar. As always, thank you to Zoran, John. I'm Eric Newman. I'll see you next week. Peace.